Hi boys and girls, did you enjoy your video? I hope so, and I hope it got you thinking about some of the things which are hot and some things which are cold. Okay, you ready for your challenges? Here goes. So in the video you would have seen some corn on the cob. Now then, can you remember, was it hot or was it cold? That's right, the corn on the cob was hot, wasn't it? But my challenge for you now is, how do you know that it is hot? Looking at this picture, what tells you that the corn on the cob is hot? Look closely. Can you tell your grown-ups? It's because the butter is melting. Now some things melt when they get hot. Not everything, but some things melt. We'll be finding out more about that in the next few weeks. Okay, let's look at the next page. Oh, here's a tap and a pipe. Now then, do you think this is hot or is it cold? Look closely. That's right, it's cold, isn't it? But the challenge is, how do you know that it's cold? Look closely. Can you tell your grown-up? We know that it's cold because the water which is dripping down has got so cold that it has frozen. It's turned to ice. And that only happens when water gets really, really cold. So we know that if we touch that, it must feel cold. Okay, here's our next challenge. Now then, in the video, you would have seen the boys and girls sorting clothes into clothes that they wear in the hot weather and clothes which they wear in cold weather. Let's see if we can do the same. Let's look at this hat to begin with at the top here. Can you see it? Is this the sort of hat that we would wear in hot weather or in cold weather? What do you think? Does it keep our head warm or does it help to keep us cool? That's right, it's the sort of hat we would wear in hot weather because it has this really big rim around it. Here we go. And that keeps the sun out of your face and it helps to cool you down. Okay, so it's the sort of hat we'd wear in the hot weather. Now then, what about gloves? Would we wear gloves when it's hot outside or when it's cold outside? That's right, we wear gloves when it's cold. They keep our hands warm. What about a scarf? Is a scarf for hot weather or for cold weather? That's right, scarves keep our necks warm, don't they? So we wear them in cold weather over here. Now let's have a look at these shoes. Do you think we wear these shoes when it's cold outside or when it's hot outside? They're called flip-flops. We wear them when it's hot outside, don't we? Because we don't wear socks with these shoes. They help to keep our feet cool. Pop them over here. Oh, look at the swimming costume. Would you wear a swimming costume outside when it's really cold? No, we wear a swimming costume when it's hot, don't we? Like on the beach. You can play and it keeps you cool. Right, last one. This is quite an easy one because it's called a body warmer. That gives you a clue, doesn't it? Would you wear a body warmer in hot weather or in cold weather? That's right, you'd wear it when it's cold, wouldn't you? Because it keeps your body warm. Now then, your next challenge is to have a look around your house and see if you can find 3 items of clothing which you would wear when it is hot and 3 items of clothing that you would wear when it's cold. Can you go and find them and put them into 2 piles and take a photograph? Now you can challenge yourself even further by making a label for each of your piles. You could make one label which says hot and one label which says cold. You could just write them on a little piece of paper and put it next to your 2 piles of clothes and take a photograph. Right, let's go on to our final challenge. Okay, so here you can see we've got some things which are hot and some things which are cold. And at the top of the page here it says hot on one side and cold on the other side. So I want us to have a go at sorting our pictures here at the bottom into things which are hot and things which are cold. So let's look at the first one. We've got some ice cubes here. What do you think? Hot or cold? That's right. These are really cold. They're frozen. Frozen water makes ice cubes. Oh, now we've got some fire here. What do we think? Is fire hot to touch or cold to touch? Definitely hot. In fact, you should never touch fire because it would burn your fingers, as it gets very hot when we get close to it. Now then, what have we got here? A delicious ice cream. Do you think an ice cream is hot or is an ice cream cold? Well, I'm sure you've all tried ice cream before and you all know that it's very, very cold because it's frozen. It's iced cream, so it's frozen cream. This makes it really cold. Right, we have got the sun here. What do you think? Is the sun hot or is the sun cold? I think we all know, don't we, that the sun is hot because it's a great big ball of burning gas, which we learnt when we learnt about stars and space. There we go, so it goes on our hot side. And we've got a cup here which has got what looks like some hot chocolate in. That gives us a clue, doesn't it? And you can see, I'm not sure if you can, I can see there's some steam coming off that mug, which tells us it must be hot. Oh gosh, didn't want that to happen, did we? Let's take that away. There we go. Hot. And finally, here's something that loads of you have been making, especially last week. A snowman. What do you think? Hot or cold? I'm sure you remember that making a snowman is a very chilly job, isn't it? Because the snow is so cold. There we go. Right, now that we've done that, your job is to find a piece of paper. And on one side of it, I want you to write hot. On the other side of it, I want you to write cold. And then down the middle, I want you to draw a line, just like I have here. Can you see? Now, you might need to use a ruler, and your grown-ups could give you a hand here and help you to draw your line to keep it nice and straight. And then I want you to have a go at thinking of 3 things which are hot. Try and think of different things to the ones that I just used on my page. 3 things which are hot and 3 things which are cold, and I want you to draw them on the correct side of your paper. Then, if you want to challenge yourself, which I think you can, I want you to have a go at labelling them. Now, try really hard, use your chopping boards, chop up and listen carefully to the sounds when you chop those words up, and see if you can remember which letters we used to write down to make those sounds. If you're finding it tricky, maybe you can just write the first sound in each of the words. That would be fine, wouldn't it? Okay, when you finish that, can you ask your grown-up to take a photograph? Or maybe you could even take a photograph and then send it to us so we can have a little look. Can't wait to see what you've done, everybody. Now then, there are a lot of challenges for you to complete, so I'm looking forward to seeing your photographs and finding out how well you did. Okay, enjoy yourselves, everybody, and I will speak to you soon. Bye bye.